Welcome back to Bully Ball, a San Francisco 49er podcast. Had to hop on emergency pod, We just got news that Christian McCaffrey was traded to the San Francisco 49ers. And, you would think immediately, what did they give up? It was not a first round pick. So join in and let's talk about it. My phone's busted right now. 1 second. So what do you guys think of the trade, the full terms of the trade? 49ers get running back Christian McCaffrey. Panthers get a second round pick in 2023, third round pick, and fourth round pick, all in 2023, plus a fifth rounder in 2024. What do you guys think of that trade? In my opinion, you don't give up a first round pick. The 49ers have, I believe, 3 third round picks in this upcoming draft. So they do give up their second round pick, still have 2 third round picks. I believe they had 2 fourths, so they still have a fourth round pick. So they still are going to have picks in this next year's draft. And we know the 49ers usually hit on those later round picks. So, you get the guy. I said prior to the season that the 49ers' most important position on offense is the running back, and they never invest in the position. They always use these late round guys, and they get yards, but could you imagine if they had the guy, a true running back one, what they could do with them? They finally get a guy, and, Christian McCaffrey, he's dealt with injuries in his career. He looks healthy this year, only 26 years old, team-friendly deal this year. Let me know in the comments, does he have another year on his contract? I'm pretty sure he does, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Let me know in the comments. Yes, sir. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Let me drop the link into the chat. Let's see if we get anybody on here, see how people are feeling about the 49ers trading for Christian McCaffrey. I love the trade. We've seen, the run game hasn't had no punch to it lately. And, the offense in general just needs more. And now if the offense can't do anything, who can you blame? John Lynch has now put the ball back in Kyle Shanahan's court. And he said, hey, I've given you everything you could ask for. We need to get the job done. Not sure if Christian McCaffrey will be in the building prior to the game on Sunday. Definitely probably not going to play in that game. But crazy news, just crazy news. What do you guys think of the trade? I'll repeat the trade terms for you. 49ers get running back Christian McCaffrey. Panthers get second round pick, third round pick, and fourth round pick in 2023, plus a fifth round pick in 2024. And while that seems like a lot, remember the 49ers have 3 third round picks in this upcoming draft. And we've seen over the years, we've seen teams excel, when they trade for these star players now. And then, they end up, the 49ers always hit with these late round picks anyways. So hold on, we got someone on the stream. How's it going? Hello?
What's going on?
Hold on.
How's it going?
Hold on real quick. All
right, we got Super Freak Zeke, crazy trade. Yeah, Super Freak Zeke was at the Thursday night game just now, watching the Saints get blown out. I was as well. But, we all see this crazy trade happen. Niner gang for life, facts. Hardoso 8134 said, woo, definitely worth it. Debo Mitchell, CMC in the backfield. Yeah, hey, it's dangerous. And like he's saying, Elijah Mitchell should be back probably after the bye. I believe it was an 8-week injury. He should be back after the bye. So, Elijah Mitchell, great back. But, this 2-headed monster could be even better. How you feel about the trade?
I like it. we get Christian with somebody like Shanahan, I think this could be one of the things that pushes us over the top. You know, he had suffered some injuries in the past, but I think with the offensive mind that Shanahan has, I think this is going to be crazy. You add him with Kittle, Debo, you know, and then next year when Trey comes back, I'm real excited for this. I think this is one of the big pieces that we've been missing. Like you said earlier in the podcast, we haven't had one in a while. You know, we've gotten lucky, and the guys that we did have did come out and do hella good for us. You know, but I think this is a piece that this shocked me right here. I'm real happy about this one.
Yeah, and like I've said, the 49ers, everyone discounts the running back position for the 49ers because they get good usage out of these backs, late round guys, they get good usage out of them. But that just makes you think, like, what could they actually do with a star running back? Just because you get good usage out of a guy, that doesn't make him the same guy as a star running back like Christian McCaffrey. So, I think it's going to be insane. And like you said, with Trey Lance, someone posted earlier today, Debo's running yards with Trey Lance was crazy high compared to once Jimmy came back in. So, the threat of Trey Lance even expands on Christian McCaffrey's ability next year. I need to look and see. So he has 3 more years on his contract after this year, and they're not crazy amounts. 11.8 million, 11.8, and then 12 million, which for a star running back, not too bad. He'll be 29 at the end of that contract.
And he's coming to a team that before we had all these little injuries, I think we're a real contender. You know, a couple pieces away. This definitely. So this is going to rejuvenate him. You know, because now he's coming to a team that really a lot of teams fear to play us. You know, and then adding him, damn, that just made us that much stronger, man. This is going to be crazy.
Yeah, and I think, the 49ers see what's happening, all the injuries on the defense. And, you can't really cover for that. You lose starting cornerback. You lose your other cornerback. Should be back hopefully next week or soon in the future. A couple D linemen go down. So you really need to rely on the offense. And, Kyle Shanahan is supposed to rely on that running game. So you get him the guy that's probably top, 3 running back in the league. There really aren't any excuses anymore. The offense needs to score points, and they need to improve immediately with Christian McCaffrey on the team.
Definitely. Wait till Bubba wakes up and sees this news.
I know he isn't gonna believe it.
Yeah,
I was about to walk the dog and then go to sleep. It's almost midnight here in Florida, but I saw the news, had to hop on the emergency pod real quick.
yeah. This is going to be crazy because now, how do you get ready for this when you're going to play us? How do you prepare your defense for it? You know, and then we just need to keep going, like keep getting Kittle the ball more, getting the ball, and Ayuk's coming in. All the weapons that we have now, we just need to start getting that around. And now we're going to have. We already had a pretty solid running game, but now we actually have the major player in that part.
Yeah, and we saw that, when we played the Panthers a couple weeks ago. At that point, our defense was still pretty much 100% healthy. And we saw Christian McCaffrey break off that long run for a touchdown on us. And the one thing that he hasn't been used as much this year, but he has in the past, is he's a great receiving back out of the backfield. And that's something the 49ers really have never had in these past couple of years with Kyle Shanahan. They've used guys like Tevin Coleman. Last year, they used Jermichael Hasty. And I always told Alex, my co-host, my brother, for everyone watching, I always told him, like, hey, we could really improve with our third down pass catching back. Like, Jermichael Hasty wasn't doing anything for the past couple of years in that role. And you get Christian McCaffrey, probably the best pass catching back in the NFL. So that's exciting in itself.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy in a couple weeks here. Start
It
seeing it
is.
come together in the right time when we really need to start hammering down, making a run. I think he'll be coming into play, be a factor.
Drago said, "Oh, faithful, I'm so happy for y'all." He's a Titans fan. CMC is a game changer. It's a fun year in the NFL. Yeah, definitely a crazy year in the NFL. Manuel, too cool. CMC is going to 49er Nation. Yes, sir. Let me throw the link in the chat one more time. See if anybody wants to hop on with us. Talk about Christian McCaffrey coming to the San Francisco 49ers. Let me pull up the trade one more time. So the 49ers receive Christian McCaffrey. The Panthers receive second round pick, third round pick, and fourth round pick in 2023, this upcoming draft. And then they also receive a fifth round pick in 2024. So what do you think about the draft compensation going out for McCaffrey?
You know, when you get players like that, you got to give up some stuff. You know, you're not going to get them free. I think it's gonna help us. It's gonna be the piece that we need to the puzzle. You know, if we could get up there in that big game and get a one of them trophies or two, you know, it'll be all worth it. We put a lot in with Trey, you know what I mean? But that's what the teams do that compete. You know, you got to give up some stuff if you're getting the right player. And I think with him and Shanny and our team, I think he could be the piece that really pushes us over.
Definitely.
So to me, it's worth it.
Drop Wilson in fantasy. You'll probably get one more good week out of Wilson this upcoming Chiefs game. Not going to have time to get McCaffrey, integrated with the playbook or anything. So probably one more week out of Wilson. And then next week, yeah, definitely drop him because, you're going to have McCaffrey. Ty Davis Price is back. And then 49ers go on bye the following week. And then Elijah Mitchell should be back as well. So, I would say you probably got one more week out of Jeff Wilson. Tommy Cates said, let's go. Yes, sir. 49ers trade for Christian McCaffrey. And I think, like I said, the draft capital, it's kind of a lot, but you're getting a guy that's 26, 3 years left on his contract. And the 49ers had, I don't know their exact draft picks this next year. Let me look it up. Let's see. And if you're in here, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We do some great stuff on this channel, great interviews. Tell them about the interviews we've had on the channel real quick.
Yeah, you guys had some really good players on there. Brown, Randy Cross, like legit players, that been in Super Bowls. Poe, he's on the practice squad. We're rooting for him to see some time. The interviews you guys have really been good. We get to see an insight on some of the stuff, all the questions that we really want to know, how it was with Harbaugh, Kaepernick, some good stuff. And now your guys, when you're talking with the other teams pregame, finding out about their teams, I think that's pretty cool how you guys are bringing that into the mix as well.
Yeah, so we do a lot of cool stuff over here. We go live an hour before every game too to give you your last minute updates, injury report and all that. So drop a subscribe, leave a comment, let us know you're in here. So the 49ers draft picks that they have in the 2023 draft, they have their second round pick that they traded away, obviously. They have 3 third round picks. We don't know which one's being traded away at the moment, but one of those is going. They have 1 fourth round pick, which is going. And then they have 2 fifths, a 6 and 4 sevens.
Damn.
So the 49ers still have 2 third-round picks, 2 fifth-round picks, a 6th-round pick, and 4 seventh-round picks in the 2023 draft. So, obviously you're going to miss out on a couple of those higher-end picks, but we all know the 49ers really hit their sweet spot in the fifth and sixth round. Like, they just somehow they know how to find those guys in that range. So you get a star running back for some picks, you take it any day of the week.
Yep. And he's a game changer. It's not just a guy, he's a game changer. This is going to be exciting to watch, and it already was.
Yep. Just subscribed. I appreciate the shout out. Bang Bang Niner Gang. Yes, sir. Thanks for the subscription. It was definitely worth it. Let me pull up some Christian McCaffrey stats for the past couple years. 1 second. And do the injuries scare you off a little bit with the guy?
That's you always think about it. You know what I mean? Obviously, we don't want to get somebody that's never on the field. But sometimes you got to take the chance, You never know.
Yeah, and the 49ers, they always seem to have people banged up. But like you said, star talent is star talent. You got to bring it in when you could get it. So
And
let's see.
it's good seeing the team trying to make moves to show we want to compete. Not just sitting back expecting to win. They're showing now. That's a move right there that's showing you, hey, we're in this. We're investing and we want to try to win.
Kind of like the trade for Emmanuel Sanders the year the 49ers went to the Super Bowl. They needed, you remember that year, the offense just wasn't where you wanted it to be. It was decent, but you could get more out of it. They trade for Emmanuel Sanders and then the offense just goes.
Yep.
So that hopefully that's what this trade does for the team.
Bleacher was saying that the Rams were trying to get him too. And they be pulling players. So
yeah, there was a lot of teams trying to get him. So he had his 2 big years, 2018, 2019. He was in All-Pro 2019. And then as we see, 2020 only played in 3 games. 2021, 7 games. And then this year, he's played in all games so far. But with that being said, he's already pretty close to his stats from last year, this year, with a very, very, very bad Panthers team.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So put him with the team like ours with all the weapons we have on offense, and you have to worry about a whole offense. When you're one of the best guys on your team, everybody's out to get you. So, if you shut down Christian on the Panthers, you're pretty much going to beat him.
Yeah.
So he's going to take a beating because everybody knows he's the one that's going to make it happen. On our team, he's one of the pieces to the puzzle. Get Trent Williams up there, opening up some holes. The way Kid will be blocking.
Yeah, and this is the big thing here. So we saw the rush stats over here, but look at the targets in the receiving game. 113 targets, 124, 142, and then obviously the 2 injury years. But I would bet you that this 41 and 43 probably way higher than any 49er running backs had or currently have target-wise out of the backfield on the team right now. And that's really what you're bringing him in for, is that receiving ability, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. So let me get rid of that. He's been doing good this year so far. Yep. We saw him in the game against the 49ers score that long touchdown on us. Great player. And yeah, he was on a terrible team. When you're on an offense like that, teams can just load the box because nobody was scared of Baker Mayfield. You know what I mean? Nobody was scared of them throwing the ball on them. So they could load the box and just, take the run away. And he still was producing. So you add him to our team, and Jimmy G may not be the best thrower of the ball, but he played really well last week. He hit a lot of those deep throws,
Yeah.
and they were dropped, or it was a flag calling it back. But Jimmy G was impressive to me last week, um, and we were throwing the ball really well, but the run game didn't show up. We had it was under 50 yards or something like that running the ball last week against the Falcons. So you love to see John Lynch get aggressive. The 49ers trade for someone every year at the deadline, but usually it's an underrated guy. So they go for the star player this year, kind of like Emmanuel Sanders back in 2019. Um, what do you think? You think something like that happens where the team gets rolling, kind of like that did for them back in 2019?
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to happen. We're getting players back from injuries. Once everybody starts getting, he learns the playbook, everything starts clicking. You know, I think it's going to be real good. I think we're going to make a good solid run as long as we don't get other injuries.
Yeah, and I think the reason the 49ers were probably so aggressive and went out and got him is because if you look at our division with the Cardinals winning right now, every team is 3-3, Cardinals are 3-4. So anybody can win the division. You got to do what you got to do to just win our division at this point, and they show they're willing to do it.
Yep, I agree. It's a good step. It's a good step. We're finally one of the teams that get the good player. We're always pissed off because it ain't us. I like. I
Every
like.
year,
I
every
like.
year.
Yep, it's crazy.
So this is the stat that I was talking about earlier. Debo Samuel has 10 carries for 105 yards when Trey Lance was at QB, and he has 13 carries for only 31 yards since Jimmy G became the QB. So if you see the difference in production from Debo Samuel in the backfield with Trey Lance, just imagine what Christian McCaffrey, an actual running back one, will do when Trey Lance is at quarterback next year. So it's a great pickup for this year, but next year it looks even better in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I see a bright future for us coming in this now. This reignited something because it started after these last couple games. I was like, oh shit. Now it's this right here brings back a little excitement, something to look forward to. Like this is a big move right here. It's a real big move for us.
Yeah, it's really nice. And then now it allows you to be more flexible with Debo because we've seen teams when Debo comes in the backfield, he's not running the ball anymore because they know exactly what's going to happen. Now you pretty much have two receivers in the backfield, but they're also running backs. It's a little less predictable than when you have a true running back like Jeff Wilson or Ty Davis Price with Debo in the backfield. So I could imagine Kyle Shanahan probably has been cooking up plays this whole week, knowing that they were planning to make this trade.
Well, me. I'm always because they're always talking about Shanahan's the guru of the offense, and sometimes I think he gets a little too much credit because we've been in situations where we're like, "Damn, a group, you would have pulled that off if you were that good. At least brought a good play to it to get that, convert from the third. Like we've seen it time and time again. We've been let down on that. Now this is going to even make it harder for him to have excuses on why we didn't do it if we don't do it. Now let's see. You just added not just a piece of the puzzle, you added a big piece to you brought in a big player now with what you already have. So we should be seeing some stuff like Andy Reid. Like I think he's one of the gurus. He's one I
Yeah.
always say, damn, that boy always comes through at the right time. Now let's see. Now Shanahan really has to bring out some stuff.
Yeah, and speaking on Andy Reid, if you guys are watching this, watch our Chiefs 49er preview that I think I recorded was it last night
Yeah,
Posted it yesterday. Yeah, check out that video. Had on a Arrowhead Chiefs podcast on with me, and they gave us a great breakdown of what to expect from the Chiefs in this game on Sunday. Um, Subscribe if you're here. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, like you said, it takes all the excuses away. Every week it feels like we can say, oh, the run game wasn't good. That's why we didn't win, or that's why we didn't score points. Oh, the receivers weren't good. That's why we couldn't get the run game going. We saw last week Brandon Ayuk was cooking people. Jimmy G was putting the ball on people and they were dropping it. The run game wasn't going. But now you get Trent Williams back. You get Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. It's going to be tough. Who do you guard? Bringing in Christian McCaffrey should open up the pass game in a crazy way this year.
definitely, definitely. Yep. I think you guys are going to have to, if you do another one before this weekend, maybe get some videos together with them, you and Bubba, and get us even more excited seeing some of the videos, because like I've always watched him and knew who he was, because he's been a hell of a player, but now I'll have to go do some more research on him to really see. Can't wait to see it in our colors. You see him
Yeah,
bully people.
it's
Coming.
crazy. I remember the first time I saw Christian McCaffrey play was when they had those ESPN, when they used to play like high school games on ESPN every once in a while. And you just see this little white dude at running back blowing by people. And I'm like, God damn, who the hell is this guy? And it was Christian McCaffrey. Um, Goes on to play at Stanford. So he's local to the Bay Area guy, Stanford guy, and just great running back at Stanford. And then, it always comes full circle back in the Bay. Christian McCaffrey back in the Bay.
Yeah, that's crazy. I still can't believe it.
Yep. So, Christian McCaffrey on the team, does that change your outlook for the 49ers season now? And in what way?
Yeah, I think obviously we've been having a problem putting up points on the board. Our defense has been playing lights out. Yeah, with the injuries this past week, but our defense is like one of the top ones in the NFL. When we don't have all the injuries, we're getting our players back. Our problem has been points. But we lost the game 11-10.
Yep.
Like we've been struggling with the points. That right there is one of the biggest things. That that's one of the biggest things that's going to help us put points on the board.
Yeah. And yeah, like you guys probably heard in the background, Ian Rappaport stated that Christian McCaffrey has already spoken to Kyle Shanahan and the team brass. He's traveling tomorrow to his new home, and he's likely to play Sunday, and expect him to play in the red zone package, and then he'll ramp up from there. So, we may see Christian McCaffrey play Sunday against the Chiefs. And if he does, that might change my score prediction. If you watch our video yesterday, I gave a score prediction. And on Sunday during the pregame live, we go live an hour before every game. I may have to change my score prediction for the game.
Yep. Give that boy a couple plays right there. Break down some simple ones for him. Getting some players back. I'm feeling a little better about this game this week.
Yep. And then Ian Rappaport again said the Panthers were after a first round pick, but both teams in it at the end, the Rams and the 49ers, didn't have one. What they got was essentially the equivalent, which, the 49ers had a ton of picks because the 49ers, they groom their coaches, and then their coaches and their GMs and stuff. That's the reason they had 3 third-round picks. And we know the Rams just be trading out all their picks. So that is the reason the 49ers beat out the Rams for Christian McCaffrey, because how well they groom their coaches and allow them to go off and take better jobs elsewhere. Yes, yes, yes. Always got to have faith in our boys. So got to say we're headed to the bowl with CMC. But now he's betting we're heading to the bowl. Let's go quest for 6. Hey, I hope so. I hope so. The NFC West is wide open. You know, I was watching the the Cardinals game just now before hopping on, and they're terrible. They're so bad. They had those 2 pick sixes, and they still probably should have lost. They're bad. Um, and yeah, I might have to have Panthers Nation PC, the guys I did the Panther podcast with, hop on with me sometime this week, do a podcast about this trade.
Oh yeah, because that was a game you went to, huh?
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
game
I
I
forgot
went to.
about that. Yeah. So you've seen them firsthand. That's right.
Yeah, I was out there. Had a great, the biggest Panthers podcast on YouTube. Had them come on the pod and record with me. It was a good pod, so I might have to get with them and see what they think about this trade as well.
Definitely.
They actually posted 35 minutes ago. 49ers don't have a 2023 first to give us. So there's that, assuming it's going to be a 2023 second and hopefully a 2024 first. So that was obviously before they saw what the trade was. So you know they're feeling screwed if they thought they were getting a second and a first round pick, and then they got a second, third, and fourth instead.
This is good, man. This is good.
Here, let me see if I could pull that up. This is pretty funny. What's happening on their thing? 1 second. Yeah, so if you guys are just tuning in here with us, you know, we're Bully Ball. We're a 49er podcast, and, you know, we do some cool things here. We interview a bunch of 49er players, past and present, and, you know, we go live an hour before every game. We collab with a bunch of different creators. So, you know, give us a subscription if you're tuning in, and I appreciate it. All right, let me see if I could pull this up. Why is it not letting me pull this up? 1 second. Dre Greenlaw posted on Twitter. Sorry for talking shit. Can't wait to meet you, buddy.
Oh
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
it's different when you're on the same side.
Uh-huh. And then Ben Kurt, he's a practice squad quarterback, posted, I don't even play and I'm hype AF.
It's good stuff.
Let's see. I'm trying to find their page, but I can't find it on here. It's not coming up. So what is your score prediction for this game on Sunday?
You know, I've been thinking about it the last couple of days. I think with the way Jimmy was coming out last week, you know, our receivers were dropping some balls on him. If they put him in the red package, you know, here and there, but I think with Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, Juice, you know, I'm thinking like if we get some of our players back on defense, you know, and we could put pressure on Mahomes, I'm going to say like 21-24.
Dang, you think that low of a score from the Chiefs offense?
If we could get the pressure, you know, and if we could play the game we need to play, I think we're going to be able to keep it like that. We're just going to have to match.
I like it. So this is the guys that I was on with and that came on our channel before the Panthers game. Panther Nation PC. They have like 18,000 subs on YouTube, and they're actually live right now as well, talking about the trade. Here he is, a great guy, very knowledgeable. But they posted this. 49ers don't have a 2023 first to give us, so there's that. Assuming it's going to be a 2023 second and hopefully a 2024 first. And that was before they saw what the compensation was. And this is what the Panthers fans are saying. Just saw the compensation, we got fleeced. Saw something where we didn't even get a first. Hate. We traded a guy who can play wide receiver and running back at a higher level for no first rounders. Here's the trade details for anybody joining in that hasn't seen it yet. No first, but we did get 4 picks. Hate it. Wanted a first. I don't like this trade. So, Panthers fans, they are not liking this trade at all.
They lost a big piece tonight.
Hey, but yeah, so that tells you they're going full rebuild. They traded their star running back. We might see DJ Moore get traded as well. Maybe Brian Burns. We'll see. Tommy said 27-35 Niners win. I like it. I hope the 49ers can finally score that many points. They haven't been showing up scoring that many points yet. Poor dudes got to admit we came up. Yes, sir. We'll take it. All right. That's all I got for this live stream. If you're watching this after, it's just recorded. Leave a like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you guys think of the trade. Do you like the trade? Do you like what we gave up for him? How do you think the future looks with Trey Lance and Christian McCaffrey in the backfield? And, if you're here, subscribe. Like I said, we do a bunch of cool things on this channel. In the off season, we're going to get a bunch of draft prospects on here, hopefully, just like we had Jason Poe before last season. So stay tuned. You got any last words for the faithful?
Hey, keep our heads up. Keep our heads up. Times are going to start changing more and more and more in our way. We're going to make a run. Hopefully, we make a solid run coming in this. Coming out of the bye, we should be ready to roll. And like you said, we could win our division. It's not a long shot. We just need to get in there, get that chance, and then see what happens.
Yep. Hey, so stay tuned. It's a long season. And we'll see you guys on Sunday, an hour before the game, for the live stream. See you then.
Peace.